Let's see. What's our first monster train run gonna start with today? Stygian Exile plus Awoken. Ooh. We definitely have not won with this clan combo yet. And this is a fun one. Quite a fun one. Probably one of my favorite clan combinations. Stygian plus Awoken is very good at using the Incant keyword, especially with our champ Solgard the Martyr having native Incant. Incant activates every time we cast a spell, and most of our starting deck is spells. We have 1 cost Restores, 0 cost Foregone Powers, which discard a card at random. Note, we actually haven't mastered Foregone Power, which means we have never won a run with Solgard the Martyr as of yet. I think that's just because playing on random, we simply haven't had Solgard appear much, if at all. But that means we've also had never randomly had Stygian Exiled appear. That's pretty crazy. Either way, cool. Very cool. Let's choose our upgrade path first. I was hoping we'd get Coldchannel. So there are 3 upgrade paths for Solgard the Martyr. My personal opinion is that Dire Channel is largely useless. Essentially gradually scaling attack with Incant, which is fine, but it's just... It only hits one enemy, it's not that strong. The Coldchannel variant is all about stacking Frostbite, kind of being like the Titan Sentry type enemy. Type unit that applies Frostbite to all enemies when they're struck. Soul 2 does Solgard, except Solgard can scale the amount of Frostbite he applies. And that's going to be really useful with the Restore spells, too. Coldchannel starts with really low max health, but as you get into higher ranks, it becomes reasonable. I also really like the version that gets huge stats. That one's not too bad. More damage on spikes. Interesting. Or when a card with Consume is played, restore 5 Pyre health. Early Refracting Lens is very good. We already have a Consume card, too, so that's a minimum 5 health per combat. Happy to. Happy to. Do I want starting money? Let's go with yes. I do want some cash for that first shot. And more cash. We'll take on the Mark of Invasion, summoning Clergyman on each floor. That could result in taking some pyre damage, but because we have the refracting lenses, I'm completely okay with that. Also restricts where we can spawn Solgard a little bit, depending on the opening draw here. These enemies have pretty high damage output, and Solgard only has 15 health, so we have to be kind of careful there. But the good news is we did draw a Helical Crystallis, so we can just donk a couple to prevent them from going up to the top. It might be better to put Solgard on the bottom floor here. To apply Frostbite to enemies as they come in, then they'll take damage over time as they ascend through the floors. These will only do 4 damage to the Pyre if they all get to the top. These ones are the more pressing ones. We can kill with Helical Crystallis 2 of them pretty easily. Or I could kill this enemy. Fun options here. I am thinking we should put Solgard on the bottom. We can play all 3 of these spells. So why don't we just do it as this? Helical Crystallis U. Heal here to apply, well, 1 shard. And then kill this enemy. So we don't take any pyre damage there. This 2-attack unit is going to go a lot higher up onto the floor, but oh well. We got our Collector here, which we have to kill in order to get 50 bucks. Definitely be doing that. With the Vine Grasp. I'm going to allow these 4 units to get to the top. They'll only do 4 damage to the Pyre, as mentioned. And let us... We can do 2 Foregone Powers, guaranteed. Let's do one on this floor and then one on this floor to weaken this unit a little bit. Save us another 2 pyre health. Yeah, so this one will do 4 damage to the pyre, hitting it twice. We can probably get this one killed entirely. Let's get Soulguard a bit more health here. So 17 plus 16, you're already dead next turn. But if I foregone power here, you'll take 11. That'll save us 2 pyre health. Let's do that. Then now it only gets to strike once, because the frostbite damage. But how does Soulguard fare versus a Discipled Inquisitor boss? It's a bit of a tricky question. We can deploy one of our trained stewards here to assist. Might as well Vinegrass the priest and kill them outright. Might as well. Trained Steward will get to strike a bunch of times for 5 damage. That's not too bad. And we have Helical Chrysalis next turn. That's good. Okay. So yeah, apply one more heal here. 136 damage. Easy peasy. And you're already dead. Okay. So yes. We effectively only took 1 damage during the first fight. That's quite good. Very good indeed. So we have tons of money for that first shop. We got the collector, we got the trial money, and we took golden boons, putting us into big money real fast. And I see we're offered big spell damage real fast too. 2 different attune spells here. Crypt Builder can be played for free if it's discarded, and there's maybe ways to set that up with a foregone power, but it's a little tricky. Titan's Gratitude is a bit more reliable, but requires, again, another card to be discarded. Really like Titan's Gratitude as a card, generally speaking. I'm going to grab one here. And I definitely like Glimmer. Deals damage and heals. These are both things that Soulguard is going to want. For surezies here. Yoink. That's true, you can play it last to avoid having to discard. That's true for the foregone powers as well. We would probably like to get a unit banner here, as well as visit the Merchant of Steel. We can hit Merchant of Magic next floor. Get a bit of a heal out of that as well. And we have a Divine Temple this floor, so we might be able to get some really good spell upgrades out of that. An Extreme Stone on the Titan's Gratitude or a Piercing Stone on the Glimmer would both be really appreciated. Gruskar, thanks for 2 months. I'm pretty okay going to a Merchant of Steel. We're going to want one good unit to support Soulguard here. Soulguard on their own is not going to be able to solo the game by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll want one good unit to play alongside them. Turn 1. A unit with multi-strike and maybe incant armor. Ooh. What do we got? Ooh. Well, that looks like a very easy take for me. Nameless Siren with the incant stone and multi-strike is going to gain 4 attack power and 2 defense per spell we play on her floor. Titan Sentry is redundant with Soulguard the Martyr. Siren of the Sea and Shattered Shell. That'd be a good way to get there too, but I'm very okay with Nameless Siren multi-strike here. Could try to reroll for quick. That'd be even better, but it's okay. We're just going to get super powerful heals. Also really appreciate that this leaves us 1 capacity on the floor. We got 2 and 2. 1 capacity on the floor left for a support unit like a totem of some kind. I want a spiky steward? I don't think so. Stewards usually get out of the deck ASAP. Did I look at these upgrades? Spell chain. Did not look at these upgrades. We don't want any of this, which means we have a lower shard count. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm not even sure exactly. Because of Soul Guard, I'm not even sure we do want quick. Thing is, we don't want too many enemies to hit Soul Guard, because then Soul Guard will simply die. But we might be able to use the Awoken spells to change that. Increase Soul Guard's durability. Large Stone would have been another option for another upgrade on the Siren. That's true. Although one would argue that with the way this deck is going to head, that the 2 armor and cant is actually more health than the Large Stone would give. Now that we have a good unit, I'm not afraid of giving enemies 10 additional armor here. We want unit drafts so that we can look for something to infuse into our Siren to make her even stronger. So you get +1 attack power per incant. Noted. Can even set up on the middle for this one. That's kind of interesting. That's what I'm going to do here. Hey, that conveniently worked out, actually. Put Double Train Steward on the bottom now. They'll get killed, but that's fine. They'll soften things up a little bit for Soul Guard here. And then we want a Vine Grasp and Foregone Power. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what I do here, I don't think. Good stuff. Theron Fell, thanks for 37 months of support. Hired. Why should you never invite a train over for dinner? Because all you'll hear is chug, 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 and chew, chew, chew. Hey there, Crit Rap Daddy. How's it going? Heal him. Clear enough. So we're going to apply 8 Frostbite. That means these 2 will die regardless. I could put 2 Stewards up top. I don't really want to. These units in the back having 10 armor is a little spooky. But only a little bit. Yeah, those are both dying. Have some incants. Beautiful. The Siren is more than capable of defeating the boss on her own, let alone with Soul Guard tanking a couple of hits. GG. You actually haven't won with Flash Freeze. That's kind of funny. It's definitely not a bad card here. We're already stacking Frostbite via other means. Would not mind a Crypt Builder, though. We have so many ways to discard. Let's grab Crypt Builder here. Not sure we want any of this. Adding spikes to Soul Guard is kind of a fun idea. Restoring Retreat could let us overstack a floor, maybe. Just definitely use for this. You'd have to overstack the bottom, but that's very reasonable. I've been hearing pretty good things about Inkbound. Hoping to check that out at some point during its dev cycle. Yes, Sharpen is definitely overcosted for me, it feels. I do not much like that card. You know what? I am going to grab Restoring Retreat. I think there's a lot of use for this. Here's Shattered Shell. A sweeper. Scales attack power when it gets kills. Definitely would have been a good thing for the Siren to be infused into. Kind of a multi-strike Rage Sweeper. How have we not won with Shattered Shell? Just hasn't quite lined up yet. I've actually not really been a particularly big fan of this unit, generally speaking. The Slay effect is not as good as you want it to be. I'm not even sure that I want it here. Although we do need to grab a unit immediately to infuse. And if I'm going to the Merchant of Magic, we're not going to get another unit, so this is kind of it or nothing. Shattered Shell Awakened Hollow. Yeah, I could see that, Obrimo. Slay's permanent? No, just for one combat. Just for one combat. I think I'd rather just go without another unit and have 25 shards. The other option is to... Let's see. Are we going to another Merchant of Steel in a reasonable time? No, there's no Merchant of Steel on rings 4 or 5, period. So no, okay, I'm just going to skip. Keep our shard count low. Adding more stings for Incant could have been a strategy, actually. Maybe should have considered Vine Mother a little bit more. I think that's reasonable. Let's see here. Aha! 30 magic power here, or 30 magic power here? I think 30 magic power here. I perhaps want to make that free. Makes it easier to play it last. Sure. Okay. Now look at the event. Ordering's a little weird with Monster Train sometimes. Oh, this is a good one. Good old Wingmaker. This is why I didn't want to do everything in the Merchant of Magic before I went to the thing. Deal 6 damage to enemy units 2 times for each slay. Add additional capacity on the floor. Wait, doesn't your infusion add trample? Oh, that's right. And if you say no, don't you get an upgrade that upgrades... that makes the unit smaller? Yeah, decrease capacity. Hold on. We have a hell vent right here. Yeah, plus 10 attack, minus 1 capacity. And then we can have 3 of them. Yeah, you never actually said no to the Windmaker, and that's because it doesn't... It says do nothing, but it's actually lying when you click on do nothing. If you click on, that's a little outside my comfort zone, she says. Guess it was a little foolish of me to think you'd start being the selfless type. No matter, I'll still help you out. And just to prove I'm still the giving one in this relationship, here's something that might help you out. Hef's Consolation. Upgrade a unit with plus 10 attack power and minus 1 capacity. Fantastic. I give, you take, and hell keeps freezing. All as it should be. Don't mind me, it's no bother. I just get a bit gruff sometimes, is all. It's just so damn cold. Yeah. And I'm actually even happier that I didn't infuse now. Concealing the goodies. Alright, that means I'm not upgrading Good Old Wingmaker. We'll upgrade Glimmer. I don't really care to add Permafrost to anything. We could put Permafrost on the Crypt Builder to make it easier to play for free by discarding, but is that worth 100 gold? I'm not sure. Why does not infusing there matter? Because duplicating the unit will cost shards if the unit has a shard cost. And because the infusions that we were offered weren't strong enough to be all that important when duplicated. Yeah, it gets us to 100, but I'm not getting anything out of it. If each of the Sirens is getting their own individual slay bonus, then that infusion is essentially worthless. Because they can't all kill something. So I'd much rather have 50 less shards and no infusion on the Sirens. I'm just going to pay for a reroll here. Holdover, okay. Now we're talking. Decided we don't need Restoring Retreat, because we got tiny units. Holdover on Glimmer's not too bad. As it is now. We could try Holdover Crypt Builder. That could be pretty fun. See how long the chain can keep going. But yeah, Holdover Glimmer is also always very nice. Just kills backline enemy units really, really consistently and easily. Keeps our units at high health, too. Soul Guard's relatively low max health is going to appreciate this. Let's just Holdover Glimmer. And then add 10 more magic power to, sure, the Crypt Builder. Or maybe just Helical Crystallis. Honestly, even magic power on a restore is not a bad idea. So we can have a better heal. Let's do that. I want to make sure my heals are strong enough. Offering counts as being played. That's right. So if you discard it once per turn, the holdover still works. So holdover, Titan's Gratitude plus holdover offering token equals good times. So currently we only have one tiny siren. Also, these units attack for a ton on the lower floors. This is Rage. Seraph. Here it is. Yes, enemy units enter with Rage 2. So let's go up here. You can even have a Train Steward added to the mix here. We'll play this on the bottom to give everybody Frostbite. Play this on the top to activate our Incant abilities. I want to snipe these nerds. I just put the Train Steward in front to absorb the attack from Talos here. Although we can likely just heal. What is your special ability? It's armor on Slay. So yeah, she'll gain armor if she kills the Train Steward. Let's not. Train Steward can be sacrificed down here. Have some Frostbite. Fireworks, thanks for 32 months. The cannon fodder. Hey, they're good at their job, okay? There's some brave stewards. These are too tanky. We're just going to separate these. Actually, no. We'll have enough damage with the Siren at that point. You know, it might just be correct to play up top here. I think it is. Just give me more incant rocks. It's the best thing we can do. I played a game called Dicey Dungeons. Yes, we've played through all of Dicey Dungeons on stream more than once, actually. Truly a delightful title. Dicey Dungeons is a really good time. We've even got a couple emotes based on Dicey Dungeons. That's right. Let's see, do we still have 2? Yeah, Sneezy's still here. Sneezy, cute. Check him out. There's that glimmer. About time. Hell. Hey, and we can get a guaranteed Crypt Builder play here. Although it's going to be overkill AF. Actually, that'll allow us to do more damage to Talos, I suppose. Although, actually, getting hit by these units will mean more Frostbite on Talos. So we actually don't want to prevent Talos from... we don't want to prevent Soulguard from getting hit by these, actually. Let's just do Restore. I guess we'll train Steward down here, and I'll do the Double Dang here. Kabonkers. Have Frostbite 36. None of that matters, just more incanting. 16 Frostbite per hit. They played Floppy Nights. Yes, we also did that. So we did actually a couple sponsored opportunities for Floppy Nights during its pre-release period, and then played through the whole thing once it released. It's gotten a couple updates since we played it, actually, that we haven't checked out. Have some more Frostbite. Alright, poor Talos has not a chance. Not against this kind of spell damage, not against this kind of Frostbite. No way. GG. Ooh, Deep Offering and Ancient Synergy are both really strong here. I have to say the Refracting Lenses probably makes it Deep Offering. Deep Offering consume, so it's one-time use only. Discard your hand to draw 5 new cards. Deep Offering is one of the few things in Monster Train that provides immediate card draw. Something that's really, really limited in this game in order to prevent infinite combos, mostly. And as correspondingly, it's also one of the few cards in the game that can be used as part of an infinite combo. Give it to me. Ooh. Revenge, gain 1 Ember. Interesting. Wilting Sapwood. Weird unit. Tempted to grab it if for nothing else, because this unit is obscenely hard to find in the first place, and so any opportunity to master it should be considered. And if this will infused into Siren is mostly free. We lose a full 15 attack power, but we get a 3rd hit, which is, yeah, pretty dang good. I agree. Don't have an infusion for quite a while. Contemplating the Wilting Sapwood, just, again, for something to master here. We would put it on a different floor. I'm just not sure would actually be much use to us. So we're going Hellvent, Pyromane, Forgotten Boons, and then Merchant of Magic, Unstable Vortex. Although I could go Hellvent again immediately. We're going to go to this Hellvent instead for the third one. We don't need 3 until the very end, I don't think. So I ask again, do we take the Wilting Sapwood? Makes it harder for us to find the Sirens, which could be a little annoying. Trying to figure out what the use case for this thing is normally. I'm at a bit of a loss, personally. Not for my playstyle. Still gonna grab it. Yeah, it probably is an infusion, right? Like, but you can't master the card as an infusion. Oh well. Just add more card draw. This is also a really nice clustering of things. What do you have? Oh, man. Okay, Cursed Vines is actually huge here for a couple of reasons. Volatile Gauge is mostly bad, but we actually do benefit in some ways. X-cost cards get +3. If we found an Orokin Railspike, this could break the game for us. But Cursed Vines, I think, is actually excellent. One, it's just one more spell we can play each turn. And very notably, it can deal damage to our own units. So we can play Cursed Vines on Soulguard to apply Frostbite to all enemies. Or we can play Cursed Vines on the Wilting Sapwood to gain 1 Ember. Both of those are really good. Lastly, Soulguard gets... Here's the Titan Channel variant. Starts phased, cannot be targeted, but has big combat stats. Once you play 4 spells, this version unphases. But we want to go further down the Coldchannel line, increase our max health substantially. And if we get Coldchannel 3, it'll be 2 Frostbite per shard, which is just enormous. Yeah, it really is a deep game, Doom Train. And the same thing is true on Slay the Spire. Like, I guarantee you there are players who have made it to and beaten Ascension 20 Heart while playing radically different from me in the game. Or using radically different core strategies. Can I handle multi-strike? We're only at 40 shards here. I think I can. Yeah, I think we can handle this. Let's see how this goes. By 3 sure is a lot. I can make it work, right? Yeah, Vine Grasp, Crystallis kills. So we can deploy on the bottom here if we want to. Let's do that. You just gain armor. Have more Frostbite. Enjoy. Beautiful. Yeah, put you in front, actually. Glimmer here? You are already dying to Frostbite. Let's Vine Grasp you. Titan's Gratitude you. Then I restore And foregone power just to make sure you actually die. Although, gain 10 armor, so you know what? Never mind. So here's where we can use Vine Grasp on our own unit to stack more Frostbite on him. Easy peasy. And then I can heal up the damage afterwards, too. It's pretty good. Looks like we might take a little Pyre health here, but that's fine because we have so much healing. If we play the Vine Grasps on this guy, he's actually going to gain more health than the damage they deal. Likewise, with these foregone powers, they don't make a difference, so might as well play them down here and gain stacks of stuff. Okay, that's too much damage headed our way. Thankfully, Glimmer is here. Let's put a hard stop to any of that. Talk. Yeah! Alright, we can speed up our animations now. Can't procking, takes a long time. So yes, by all means, hit me as many times as you would like. Enjoy your Frostbite. 196 Frostbite. Holy crap. That's a lot of Frostbite. Important NPC, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. For taking that challenge, we get 5 additional health on every unit. Not a lot, but every little bit helps. And I'm definitely down for another copy of Crystalline Seeds, just for the Pyre healing, if nothing else. Why don't you just close the door so they can't get in the train? You know, I hadn't thought of that. But you're right. Swarm can be game-winning by dazing enemy units. Actually, not something we want to do with Soulguard, though. Soulguard says, please attack me. So that I may apply Frostbite to you. Reserved Thorns is pretty hard to say no to here. I actually don't hate Wildwood Custodian, either. This can be quite a useful infusion. Reserved Thorns, it's 4 spells in one. Basically, the Blade Dance of Monster Train. Except it also is next turn card draw. And it's a consume spell. All of these are good reasons to click it here. Alright, to the Merchant of Magic. We've got lots of money, and we would like to upgrade some more of our spells. We'd also like to visit this Unstable Vortex and lose 2 Train Stewards. These are taking up space in the deck. Valuable space we could be using to draw more important stuff. Like overpowered spells, for example. Let's make one of these Helical Crystallis consume. Slap a discount on that. And a reroll. Double stack. Could double the Frostbite provided by one of these cards. None of our Frostbite cards are that important enough, to, I think, to put double stack on. Sure. Consume this one, too. Might want to put -2 cost on Deep Offering if we can find it. I think it's 0 cost. Prefer the cost reductions on the cards that aren't going to consume. Do I like this game more than Slay? No, I don't really like any game more than Slay the Spire, but I like this game a lot. I think this is probably the second best of the roguelite deck builders, which is quite a statement of support. This is a good game. Alright, so Divine Temple coming up. So if we do see another unit to infuse, we could consider it. We're going to need to keep taking shards to actually be able to get up to 100 by the end of the run. Maybe I should grab this money just so that I have a higher shard count. Let's do that. Maybe I'll do that to purge a card. I guess it depends. Am I going Merchant of Trinkets or Merchant of Steel next? I don't hate unit upgrades on the Wilting Sapwood. Large Stone would be particularly good for it, actually. And we also get money into Concealed Caverns. But more trinkets could be a game-breaking, right? We want to find the incant thing. Let's keep our money for now. We can buy purges next floor if we need them. And I think we can beat the Sycophants of Seraph and this stinky stealth boss without too much difficulty. In fact, the stinky stealth boss is all about survivability. You need to be able to stay alive for a few turns in order to not get overwhelmed. This is a good time to go mid-floor setup, it looks like. Play Soulguard and the Siren on the middle floor here. Our Soulguard Siren is only 4 capacity, so we can do that on the middle floor, no problem. I don't even need to prevent this pyre damage, because we're going to heal it anyway, so there's no real need to actually kill any of these units. But I sort of might as well, right? Let's do it like this. And if I want to play the Train Steward, I can by playing Vine Grasp on the Sapwood. Let's do that. So that I can get this guy deployed. That way we don't draw him again. And then we'll play these two here. Beautiful. Hey, and the Sapwood actually gets the Collector for us. So convenient. We also have tons of energy this turn because of the Sapwood taking damage. How nice. Kill them all. Golly, that sure is a lot of card draw. Heck yeah. Freeze them. It's beautiful. Way too strong. It's way too strong. Stacking armor on the Sirens just as important as stacking the damage here. We need to make sure that they can survive beyond Soulguard dying, although I think we might actually just apply enough Frostbite from Soulguard's death to KO everything here. Actually, don't want to play Glimmer. Killing the Sycophant would be less Frostbite. So it could actually make a big difference. Although, they only get to apply Frostbite one time, huh? Guess that's not that big of a deal after all. You in front. 176 frostbite, yeah. Can't even survive climbing up the train at that point. Rip. Ooh, and can't apply armor 1 to friendly units. A good unit, a good infusion. I think we should pick that up. Ice Storm's also not too bad, although we'd have to boost its spell power to be pretty good here. We're going to grab Guardian Stone. Bramble Lash. Do damage to the front enemy unit equal to 10 times the amount of spikes. Channel Song's not bad, actually. That would be a good unit to a good card to infuse, actually, because we have enough units in this deck that we won't draw them all on turn 1. So yes, Channel Song with Intrinsic would be good, and a good use of shards, too. So let's grab that. Not often that I like Channel Song. But here we are. And I said I wanted to go Merchant of Trinkets. Primary reason to go Merchant of Trinkets is to try to find Founding Seal, which doubles the effect of the Incant keyword, and that would just break our deck completely if we get double Incants. So in order to try to get double Incant, we're going to look at as many Trinkets as possible. There it is. Incant abilities trigger an additional time. Equals game broken. JPRO, thanks for the 6 months of Tier 1 sub. Whole half year in advance to get the discount. Good stuff. Is there some number of gifted subs that could persuade me to play your Spire mod? Just actually DM me a link to the mod you've made on Discord. I'll check it out. And I might decide to show it off during our next modded Spire sesh. I don't need to be bribed monetarily, and rather just look at it, see what you've made. Crucial Balloon! 022, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Do I want to reroll the relics here? Do I even have enough money to bother doing that? I'm not sure. Magic Power Piercing and more Magic Power. Contemplates deeply. We already put Glimmer thingy, actually, so we don't even necessarily... Yeah, you know what? Let's just make a super powerful Piercing Crypt Builder. That seems good. There, we're at 100 shards, no problem. Daze the top floor or armor 15 on the pyre. Neither of those seem like a big deal. I could even take 25 gold, actually. Again, we don't necessarily want to daze enemy units. That would give me enough money to definitively afford something, actually, after a reroll here. Let's reroll. No, we still can't afford the extra upgrade slot on spells. That's mostly why I didn't want to reroll. I don't think it's worth spending all 245 for Channel Heart here. J. Barrow, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs either way. Well, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Darkness Incarnate. Let's have a look-see here. Dark Shards. I always forget which version of Arcus is the one I don't like with the curse-making units. Not this one. Okay. Arcus is basically playing a game of Simon Says with us. Each turn, Arcus summons a Dark Shard onto the field. And if you take a particular action on the floor with the Dark Shard, you'll be penalized. The big one to watch out for is Incants. If you play a spell on the floor with the Incant Dark Shard, all of the other spells in your hand will increase their price for the whole rest of the fight. And that can be very, very bad. Okay, you're going to go in the middle. Oh, that would mean I can't do the thing that I'm trying to do. Okay, you're going to go on the top. Just how it is, kid. And that can actually really mess with us, especially, yeah. I was going to say, if this was the Incant Dark Shard, we'd have a really big problem here. But we don't have a really big problem, thankfully. We don't. We're surviving currently. Getting hit more times is actually good because of Frostbite on Arcus here. Summon a Super Steward. But as well. And then actually we want to use Vinegrass to play this Train Steward because then we can guarantee Titan's Gratitude Crypt Builder happens. So let's do that. Vinegrass here. Gain 1 Ember. Play the Stewards, dish out some damage. Play the spells. Yeah! And note the absolute nonsense that occurs for that. So many incant activations. 2 spells were played there, and then everybody gets to incant twice, with each unit having 2, or in this case, 3 incant keywords on the Siren that's infused with the Armor Totem. So 3 incant keywords activated twice, each for 2 spells, equals 12 activations on just that one unit. That's stupid. Extra stupid. The best kind of stupid. Kill you. That makes this permanently more expensive, but I don't care. Hey, Arcus. Come here. Have some Frostbite. Alright, that's a bummer turn for the Looming Dark Shard to be here, but that's okay. So I'm just not going to play the Preserved Thorns yet. Seems fine then. Here. More Frostbite. Let's see, can't one. We can still play the Crypt Builder for massive damage on Arcus, and I probably should. It's already down quite a bit of health from the Frostbite we've already applied. Now we can apply tons more here. A game-breaking amount, as it were. GG, sir. Also, the Siren's attacking for a heck of a lot behind that Frostbite. But even if the only damage scaling we had was Frostbite, I think it'd be enough here. Lady Ullander asks, are artifacts in this game like relics in Spire where you won't see them again in a run? Yes. Once you've seen an artifact in this game, it will not appear again. That's correct. Ooh, apply quick. Sure. We want even more card draw? I actually feel like more energy could genuinely help us with some of the spells we have. But we could just get more energy discounts, and then we won't need that either. More card draw, I say. We get to choose a divine artifact as we go into Ring 7 here. Having a high shard count can offer some of this. Oh man, Divine Trader's Quill or Divine Mark of an Exile are both amazing. Double health Soul Guard. Or deals 60 damage to the front unit when I play something with Consume. Let's have double health. That sounds great. Double health Soul Guard. Merchant of Steel, who needs it? We're not upgrading the Wilting Sapwood. We're just doing cost reductions everywhere. 75 health. And 2 Frostbite per shard. It's the ultimate in Frostbite applicating. Obscenely good. In a lot of ways. Oh no, my color scheme. Well, it's going to disappear, don't worry. Don't worry, it's going to disappear. Do we have -2 cost? Still no, but we did find intrinsic for the channel song. And another 30 magic power, which I actually don't even have a use for. Pinball Doctor, thanks for 10 months. Glad to hear you're loving the Monster Train content. It's a joy to bring to Twitch here. I like making it. It's a fun game. More money. Pyre health is an easily replenished resource. So I would like to be filthy rich. Firebird Lover says they've been re-offered jack strips. Interesting. I've never seen that happen before. Interesting. Very interesting. So do I want to remove Consume from Deep Offering here? Sure. Yeah, we'll go with sure. This one Consume. Slap some more discounts around. You're discounted. And let's purge some stuff, because we still have Train Stewards. That's unacceptable. Not familiar with the DLC. What do the Divinity Shards do? They're a kind of Faustian bargain that you have to keep making throughout the run. You're constantly offered ways to gain strength. For example, just get an upgrade here of 30 magic power onto a spell, which is huge, 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 in exchange for taking 15 additional shards. What the shards actually do is make enemies stronger, and not just a little bit stronger, but a lot stronger. Basic enemies, twice as strong, usually. Double health, double attack power, and an additional special ability. And bosses will also gain power. They'll gain additional base stats, and depending on how many shards you've taken, additional buff stacks. Stealth can be extended for bosses. Multi-strike can be increased, and a whole bunch of other things. There's no limit to the amount of shards that make enemies stronger. If you have 500 shards, that enemies get 500 shards worth of additional empowerment, and that can be very spooky. You need at least 100 shards to face the final boss, the last Divinity, and I recommend sticking to around 100 shards. Once we get a little bit more consistent, I might try to do some sort of 200 shard run challenge, or see how high we can push the shard count, but you'll quickly run into disaster with superpowered bosses going really high on the shard count. It's spooky. I've never been a Resident Evil fan, Wet Lotus, so I don't think that game will be on my radar. Generally speaking, zombie games of any kind are a pass from me. That's unfortunately where Last Spell ended, actually. Although I love the soundtrack. So, bottom floor Soul Guard. Soul Guard will have 150 health. Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe we go middle Soul Guard again. Prevent all the pyre damage. That seems good. Chain reaction. All the Ember we can shake a stick at. They just all die. Yeah, 200 Frostbite? Holy crap. That's pretty absurd. So Deep Offering plays Crypt Builder for free. That would happen. That makes sense. Let's just play the other things then. Here, you can be quick. Why not? Bonk. The power. $440 Frostbite. You know, better make it 647. This poor boss. I feel bad for them. Only a little bit, though. Fair enough. No multi-strike for you. Alright, the boss gets to attack one and only one time. And that's only because bosses go first, usually. Rip. Hey, there's another Incanta applier. Frostbite 2 to friendly units whenever we play a spell. And we can infuse the remaining Siren? Why not? Why not? That sounds fun. More Frostbite, please. Healing spells are discounted on this floor. We haven't actually won with Edge Prior. I'm just going to snag them up here, because I think we can win. Master some cards. Yeah, you can pretty easily see why Stygian Awoken is one of my favorite clan combos from this run. Very breakable. Oh, there's -2 cost. There we go. I was hoping we'd find that. Trinket's next. 10 on turn 1. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Too late for that. Yeah, too late for that. Lost luggage is okay. I wouldn't call it particularly good, but yeah, might as well. These are all unnecessary, we'll call them. Rather purge some cards. Alright, let's dupe the one with the Glacial Seal, because I think that's more fun. Don't want to apply holdover to any of this. Let's just make stuff cheaper. More cheaper. And more better. Magic power. Okay, let's make another 10 magic power. Restore. Let's purge one more card. Well, the Restore's got upgrades. Let's lose one of these foregone powers. They're a bit unreliable. Cool. Anti-synergistic with Channel Song? Only vaguely. I mean, we're not going to draw all our units on turn 1. That's guaranteed. Well, I guess not technically guaranteed. It's very likely that we're not going to do that. This is Sap Seraph. That's not a problem. The Seraph will reduce the strength of our units and then die to Frostbite. Yeah, in fact, we drew none of our units turn 1. So I'm actually still very grateful for Channel Song. Only 75 health. Still seems too good to not do. It's only 71 damage after all. Oh god. That's not the one I wanted. Oh no! Uh-oh. Here, you go up here. And I guess you're quick. Yeah, we'll just make Soulguard quick for more Frostbite here. Talk. Might have to put Soulguard in back for one turn here. This doesn't seem too bad. Though actually, 15 by 3. Stop that. I actually cannot hurt the Wilting Sapwood this turn. Interesting problem we've created for ourselves. Actually rather tempting to play the Deep Offering. Yeah, the Glimmer's cheaper. Actually not a bad idea. Try to put the Sirens in the middle floor. I'm okay if we have to lose Soulguard here. And the second card full heal? No, it's only 10 health. And the incoming damage here is actually more than 75. So even if we healed Soulguard to full health, These units will kill Soul Guard. Although the Glimmer will prevent a lot of it, actually. In fact, if we play Glimmer, then we only need to put Soul Guard to 55 health, but we still can't do 55 healing, so no. No, we can't keep Soul Guard alive. Okay, so... yeah, I actually really like the Sirens with the Edge Prior idea. Not having Soul Guard is a little sad. Not entirely unsurprising, though. I want the one with the totem. Alright, we'll do it this way then. See you later, Soul Guard. Actually, we don't get another Siren for a while. Part's a bit concerning. Definitely a little bit concerning. Play this down here, because we need to chunk into these units. They are tanky. Okay, here's another Siren. Good. 2 Sirens on the field, much better than 1. And now we're applying Frostbite 4 with each spell we play on this floor as well. That's going to help a bit. We can also Restoring Retreat our enemies if we want to, which is rather cute. In fact, I will, to guarantee that this Crypt Builder can get played. You, Restoring Retreat. Seraph brings another unit. Oh no, plays it up here. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. 3 Sirens on the field. Now there's even more Frostbite applied. Frostbite 8 per spell. All is well. Ariel, thanks for popping in and dropping the Prime sub. Glad you've been enjoying the YouTube channel. Far from the first. You certainly won't be the last, but I always appreciate hearing it, so thank you. Alright, so any of these could discard Deep Offering. I'm just going to play the Deep Offering. Draw 5 more. Oh, it's all healing. Always was. It just keeps going. Poor Seraph. Actually kills 2 of our Sirens with that 13 times 5 multi-strike. That's the price of 165 pack shards. And yes, It's not enough. Siren's at about 400 attack power times 2, hundreds of armor. Even the Edgeprior has 100 armor. GG. Bonkalonk coming in for the dunk. A dad joke. Right as we end here. Why did the structural engineer go to heaven? Because he was an archangel. Alright, how do we want to do this, Soul Guard? Bottom floor setup again, or can we do better? We've got 75 health. Looks like we could apply a lot of Frostbite on the bottom. Note that the last Divinity is not as vulnerable to Frostbite. The Purity effect removes all damaging debuffs at the end of each turn. I could get even more by going on the middle floor. I might actually put the Wilting Sapwood in the middle, just get some more energy here. Although, it looks like at first glance we're not even playing Wilting Sapwood turn 1. It's going to be Glacial Seal. It's Nameless Siren, Channel Song, probably Helical Crystallis with our 3 Ember. Didn't consider that we wouldn't get a Vinegrass turn 1 when we took the Lost Luggage. So each get +2. And there's definitely chat members who have consistently requested the dad jokes with their channel points. Certainly a thing. Certainly a thing. Alright, I'm going to try bottom setup here. 53 damage headed our way currently. Okay, I've got the Guardian Stone one. That's really important. I think we get 2 shards, right? Yeah, 2 shards per spell we play, which is then 2 frostbite per damage instance. That's a lot of damage. Can we keep Soulguard alive? I don't know, it takes a lot of healing to do that, and we don't necessarily have a lot of healing. We do not necessarily have a lot of healing. 5x2. Actually, one of the sirens is currently perishing. Troublesome. Very troublesome. I don't think this changes anything, does it? So we have to lose Soulguard again, unfortunately. Definitely says to me that setting up on a higher floor might have been a wise choice. But we'll see here. We'll make the strongest of the sirens quick, and that should help a little bit here. The Edge Prior will also help here. All the healing free guaranteed every time. You're quick now. Who do we want to hit for 175? Spike Lady? Getting rid of Spike seems kind of important. The fact that you're hitting for 20 is even more important. So it's you, the front one. You still may not be able to keep this Siren alive either. Oh, we can, just barely. Stinky spikes, man. Here's Glimmer. Is it enough healing to keep her in the game? I'm not sure. Looks promising this turn, though. Bonk. Really good turn. Hoping Sapwood is back. Here, get deployed. Give me some energy next turn. Beautiful turn overall. We get to hit the last Divinities for some decent damage that turn. Once again, we're under threat of death, but we can maybe kill some of these multi-attackers to make it not as much of a problem. At least one hopes. Hey, we get to stay alive. Good stuff. So much armor being generated at this point. Can you Vine Grasp your own units? Yes, so we can actually rotate out the units with less block as well, actually. That's a really good thought. Or with more block, rather. So if one's dying because we don't have enough health, then pull the one with 205 armor to the front here. And stay alive. Could also do the same thing with the Edge Prior. Sacrifice the Edge Prior to stay alive for a turn. Not yet. Pull something dangerous to the front. This multi-attacker out of here. Tell your stealth to be gone. Easy. Alright, well, the champ might have died, but the Sirens are certainly going to win it. Excellent. Most excellent. A couple more waves to get through. Shouldn't be too hard. This is the final wave. This is not even the hardest one, so... Usually if you get past the second mini-boss, you're good. That's my experience with it. GG. GG. Divine One. This is the end.